Sit comfortably and begin to close down your eyes. Settle into your legs and find length in your spine. Feeling the air brush over your skin. Feeling your body being breathed. What if we could explore ourselves beyond what we know? What if we could explore the dark corners that we don't know? That maybe can't be known through the materialistic world, but can be imagined, envisioned. So drift deeper into the imaginary. Drift deeper in behind your eyes. Feeling around your eyes, softening them deeper into your skull. Take a deep inhale and a soft exhale. And behind closed eyes, begin to look up. Behind closed eyes, begin to look down. Behind closed eyes, now begin to look left. What dark and light do you see? Behind closed eyes, look right. Noticing the dark and light your eyes see. Softening your eyes back to center and take another deep inhale. And a soft, full exhale. Take another slow breath in and follow it up the front of your spine, past your heart. Let it sit in the cave of your skull and hold your breath here. Sip a little more air in, a little more air in, and sip a little more air in and hold. Letting the energy of your arms and legs expand in the crown of your head. Take another sip of air in and exhale, releasing all the air out. Your natural breath waving back in. Drink in one more slow breath of air. Journey with it up the front of your spine, past your heart and throat. Reaching the cave of your skull, hold your breath here. Sip in a little bit more air. And a little bit more. And take one more small sip of air and hold your breath. As the energy of your body draws up into this space, soften your face. Take one more strong sip of air and then exhale all the air out. Breathing naturally and feel into the sensations. With your eyes closed, now bring a soft, closed fist, right fist to your left collarbone. And tap 5 times what make them deeply felt, a deep connection with your skin. Softening your hand down, bringing your left fist to your right collarbone. 5 times. Both fists to the corner behind your ear, behind the corner of your jaw. 5 hits here. Softening your hands down. Right hand to your left shoulder for 5 deeply felt hits. Left hand to the other side. Contacting something beyond your skin. Now bring your right hand with the palm facing onto your forehead. Fingertips resting on top of your head. Left hand with the palm on the back of your skull. Holding softly here and breathing deeply. Maybe noticing an expansion of your skull as you inhale and a softening as you exhale. On your next exhale, begin to push your hands gently towards each other, as if you're helping your skull to breathe. And as your inhale comes, soften your hands and letting them float apart, still keeping a connection to your skull. Exhale to push them gently towards each other. And inhale to soften them apart. Taking 3 more breaths like this at your own breath. And then when you've done with your 3 breaths, soften your arms down. Feeling into your breath. Now bringing your left hand to the front of your head, fingertips resting on the crown of your head. Right hand reaches to the back of your skull. As you inhale deeply into the sides of your waist, let your hands soften apart. And as you exhale, let them push towards each other. Inhale to soften apart. And exhale to push, breathing your skull. 3 more breaths like this. And when you're ready, soften down your hands. And feel. you're sitting up on any cushion, remove this now, letting your sitting bones connect into the ground. And your hands onto your knees. Begin to push your knees up into your hands and your knees push down. Your knees push up into your hands and your hands push down into your knees. Finding an opposite force between the two. Draw your low belly back in and begin to lean back onto your sitting bones. Soft lift of your armpits. Looking for something to turn on in your deep core. And now softening your hands from your knees, begin to float your legs out in front of you. How soft can you make your legs? As you lean back with soft hands in front of your heart, begin to shift your weight into your left sitting bone. You can either keep your left foot resting on the ground or let it float. Drawing your low belly in and especially drawing your right heart in, your right heart triangle. Begin to pull your right knee away and lengthen a little bit through your right leg and let it come back in as you're breathing deeply into the sides of your pelvis. Keeping with a long spine. Heart stays open. Coming back to center and shifting your weight into your right sitting bone. Maybe resting your right leg foot on the ground or keep it floating. Draw your low belly in. Draw your left heart triangle in. Pulling your left knee away from your body and begin to find more length in your legs or in your left leg. Lengthening and bending. Breathing deeply. Now shifting your weight one more time onto your left sitting bone. And finding the bending and straightening of your legs. And then shifting your weight onto your right sitting bone. Drawing heart triangles in. And find the lengthening and bending of your legs. And then crossing your legs. Gathering in front of your heart. And with soft hands, with soft arms, inhale to inflate. Exhale to gather in. Inhale one more time. Expand and pull apart. Now roll over onto your hands and knees. Connecting to your soft baby hands. And begin to let your hips drift down towards your heels. And then waiting for your inhale here without rushing your breath. Let it inflate you forward. Head and neck softly finishing the movement, and then exhale to shift back. Drawing your low belly in and then inflating your inner balloon to expand and roll forward. Letting my voice soften, and letting your breath be your only guide. And then next time your hips begin to reach to your heels, walk your fingers back to come up and sit it on your knees. Your toes are tucked and floating your hips off. pulling your sitting bones back. Now using your breath almost as an elastic, bringing your pelvis a little bit forward but keeping the resistance of your sitting bones pulling back, low belly is drawn in. Allow yourself to lean back on the top of your inhale. So you're inhaling and leaning back, and then letting your exhale bounce you forward. So you're letting your breath grab you. Taking a deep inhale as you lean back and letting yourself bounce back forward with the breath. Deep inhale into the sides of your pelvis. Letting something grab you and bounce yourself back. Playing with your breath, playing with your engagement of your low belly triangle. And one more time, deep inhale. And bounce back, placing your hands down onto the ground. Take a deep inhale, inflate. And exhale, sitting bones up to downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time. And finding stillness here, bending your knees more than you think. And pull your sitting bones back to connect and lengthen into the back of your legs. Now soften this, and without moving your hips just yet, begin to inflate your spine with an inhale, so you're finding a gentle rounding. And then exhale to soften. A gentle wave of your spine with your breath. Deep inhale, inflate and round. And exhale to soften. Another deep inhale. And exhale. And now as you breathe, let this wave begin to grow bigger and bigger. Allowing more freedom in your spine, let it begin to roll you forward. Growing like the ocean. Until it eventually rolls you almost into a plank. And the exhale softens you back. Releasing any thoughts of right or wrong or how this should look. And allow your body and your breath to guide you. Taking a few more breaths here. Letting something within you awaken. Then slowly, without rush, begin to find back to your downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, begin to walk your feet to your hands. Exhale here and fold. Connecting to the energy of the inner fountain running up the inseam of your legs. Drawing up that energy as you inhale, inflate the parachutes underneath your arms and fly. Exhale to float back down. Now inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, arms by your side. Finding a soft vortex chair. Awakening our roots, so knees come forward, hips slide back. Low belly is drawn in. Inner rotation of your thighs. Pushing your big toes apart and finding that connection as you sink a little bit deeper between your outer hips, running down to your outer feet. Now take a deep inhale, lengthen your body, arms up. Exhale, closing at your hips, heels can come out, fold. Taking a deep inhale to fly. And an exhale to float down, downward facing dog. Inhale to ripple forward into plank. Exhale, melt all the way down. Inhale, pull your hips back. Exhale, roll all the way up. Finding a soft bounce. Gather in and inhale 3 times for flights. Pulling apart. Exhale, gather in. Now finding the resistance and the tension of your arms as you inhale to pull apart. Exhale, gather in. One more deeply felt inhale. Reaching your heart to the sky. Exhale, your hips come back, hands forward. Inhale, breathe yourself onto your all fours. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath here. And then inhale, walking your feet to your hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, 1 flight. How soft can you move? Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, diving into your fold. Inhale, open your wings. Exhale, fold. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, fold. Float down to the ground. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, rounding up. At your own breath now, 2 flights here. Deep inhale. Soft exhale. 1 more time. And when you're ready, hips back. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a full breath. And then inhale, walk forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale to fly. Feeling the waves through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, soften hands by your side. In a moment we'll go again in silence, finding your own breath, lingering where you want to linger, flying as many times as you feel called to do. Begin whenever you're ready. Without rushing, when you're ready, meet in Tadasana. When you reach your Tadasana, close down your eyes, finding a small bend in your knees, a gentle sway.
Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Keep swaying the river side to side. Feeling the inner fountain running through the inseam of your legs. Separate your feet a little bit more. Keep the connection with the outer part of your feet. So lift your inner ankles. Push with your big toe and your second toe in opposite directions to the sides. Pull your knees forward. Your sitting bones back. Your low belly triangle goes up behind the heart. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Soft hands at first. Keep going deeper if you want to be a little bit of more sensation. If you want a bit of a challenge. And even as you go deeper, your knees are pulling forward and your sitting bones are pulling back still. Your low belly triangle goes up behind the heart. Bring your hands to the top of your thighs, to the end of your thighs, where it meets your knees. Begin to pull the tissues of your thighs forward. Keep the connection with your sitting bones pulling back. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Now take a deep inhale. Open the wings and fly here. As you exhale, sitting bones pull back, knees forward. Shift your weight to the left side. Your left knee pulls a little bit more forward. Now take a deep inhale. Inflate your right leg up. Into crane. Float your leg up in front of your chest. So you're spiraling towards your floating leg. Soft hands. Sitting bones pulling back here. Bend your left knee. So your standing leg. Exhale, bring your right leg down. Shift your weight to the right side. Take a deep inhale, inflate the left leg up. Float it in front of your spiraling upper body. Sitting bones pulling back. Standing leg is bent. Exhale, bring your left leg down. Shift your weight to the left side one more time. Left knee pulls back, pulls forward. Deep inhale, inflate your right leg up. Float your right leg up. Spiral your upper body towards it. This time as you exhale, begin to bring back your right leg into a lunge. And find a little bit of a bounce here. Find your roots. Your sitting bones pulling back. Your knees pulling forward. Your right knee rotating internally. Your belly button pointing in the direction of your front knee. Now, gather in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale, inflate the inner balloon and pull your arms apart. As big as you want. Find the strength on your back leg. Exhale, gather. And again, deep inhale, inflate. Expand. Now, as you exhale, spiral your upper body towards your right leg. Place your left hand on the outer side of your hip, left hip. Pull the tissues forward as if you were helping your knee to go further away from your hip. Now bring your right hand to the back of your skull, placing the bottom of your hand, of your palm, on the side of the skull right behind the ear, placing your fingers behind the skull. Keep the connection with your roots and your elbow close to your face and pointing forward. Begin to take deep breaths to the sides of the pelvis. And as you do this, begin to pull your head back and resist that movement with your fingers and your hand pulling forward. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis and connect with the sensation of your right hip and your right armpit growing further apart from each other. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. And exhale, come back. Gather at the heart, deep inhale, inflate. Exhale. Lean forward. Spiral your body towards your left leg. Deep inhale, inflate your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right leg down. Breathe and feel. Now one more time, shift your weight to the left side, same side. Take a deep inhale, inflate your right leg up again. As you exhale, bring your right leg back to a lunge. Find your roots one more time. This time, both hands at the same time, grab your skull on the back, like this. So you're holding your skull with your fingertips. Both elbows close to the face, almost like as if you wanted to hug your face. Take a deep inhale. Begin to lean back with your head. Resist that movement with your hands pulling forward. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. Find the strength on both legs. Find the knees pulling forward, the sitting bones pulling back. Deep breath into the sides of the pelvis. And exhale, come forward. Rotate, spiral your upper body towards your left knee. Take a deep inhale, inflate your right leg up. Exhale, bring it down to the ground. Inhale, inflate your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fly. Exhale, come to your hands to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into your plank. Exhale, melt to the ground. This time, as you inhale, lift your right leg up. Cross it behind your left leg. Tap the floor on the side. Exhale, come back to center. Take a deep inhale, inflate the left leg up. Tap the floor on the right side. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, sitting bones pull back. As you exhale, lean forward. Gather at the heart, bounce here. Take a deep inhale, inflate the inner balloon, pull apart. Exhale, hands on the ground, sitting bones and hips back. Inhale, roll forward into your all fours. Exhale, sitting bones back and up, downward facing dog. Let your heels fall to the left side. Let your left leg dangle left knee close to the ground. Press your left hand and right leg apart from each other, so draw that diagonal. Sitting bones pulling back. Take a deep inhale here and feel the connection with your right armpit and your right hip, pulling apart from each other. On your exhale, come back to center. And let your heels fall to the right side. Right knee dangles close to the ground. Right arm and left leg pushing away from each other. Deep breath into the sides of the pelvis. Keep both hands on the ground. The left hand is grazing with your fingertips the ground. Bounce a little bit here and feel the sitting bones pulling back. Deep inhale, inflate. As you exhale, come back to center. Take a deep inhale here and a soft exhale. On your next inhale, walk your feet towards your hands. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fly. Exhale, down. Inhale, roll your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale and forward fold, heels out. Rotation of your thighs towards the center, inner rotation. Internal rotation. Take a deep inhale, feel the energy of the earth coming through the inseam of your legs. Fly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and roll forward a little bit so your heart is parallel to the ground. So you're not in a down dog, but you're not in a complete tabletop. Find the middle ground between those two, sitting bones pulling back even here, and begin to bounce your tissues around your bones. Find the elastics on your legs. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. Now begin to lift the right leg up and let the muscles find the elastics and switch to the other leg. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Now, imagine that you can jump a little bit higher and switch. Now, if you want to actually do that, do that. But if you want to stay here, that's okay. If you want to go beyond the imagination, take a deep inhale and jump switch. Now, at the top of the inhale, what if you can clap your legs, your feet up in the air? Deep inhale, top of the inhalation, clap. Deep inhale, clap. What if you can clap twice? Deep inhale, down. How soft can you land? Deep inhale, clap. 10 seconds more. And come back to your knees on the ground. Place your hands on your thighs. Breathe here. Feel your heart pumping. Take a deep inhale and a soft exhale. One more deep inhale, let your spine grow taller. And a soft exhale. On your next inhale, place your hands on the ground. Go into your all fours. Let your sitting bones pull you back towards your heels. Wait for your inhale, and when it comes, let it inflate you towards the sky. Let it push your spine towards the sky. And as you exhale, come back to your heels with your sitting bones. Couple more spinal waves here, feel them. Get lost in this ocean. Deep breath, deep patience. And when you're ready, we'll meet on downward facing dog. Take your time, don't rush it. If you're already on your downward facing dog, sway your hips side to side. Now bend your knees generously. Find a little bit of a bounce. Take a deep inhale and bring your right leg behind your left leg. Take a deep inhale. Prepare for Kamatkarasana or baby Kamatkarasana. So baby Kamatkarasana will be just a deep inhale. Stay with your eyes facing your hand on the ground. An opening, keeping your knees bent. Your sitting bones pulling back. And as you exhale, come back with your hand. Graze the ground. And take another deep inhale, inflate away from the ground. And exhale, come back and graze it one more time. Keep that going if you want. Or also, optional. Option 2 is take a deep inhale. Keep your knees bent. Your eyes on the left hand on the ground. A deep inflation of the inner balloon. Your right hand hanging heavy on top of your head like an elephant trunk. Connect with the expansion of your side, your right side. Deep breath here. And even here, find a little bit of a bounce, softly. And exhale, come back to center. Sway your hips side to side. Pedaling your feet and breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up and bring it behind your right leg. Baby Kamatkarasana, take a deep inhale. Inflate your left arm away from the ground. Exhale, graze it. And again, inhale, keep your eyes on the right hand. And exhale. Keep floating your arm away from the ground at the rhythm of your breath. And if you need to, accommodate your hands. Don't be afraid to do it. Keep pulling your sitting bones back and up. And if you want to go in option 2, Kamatkarasana, stay with your eyes on your right hand. Deep inhale. And begin to rotate a little bit your right hand. Deep inflation. A little bit of a bounce. And exhale, come back to center. Bring your knees to the ground. Sit on your heels. Close your eyes and feel. Deep breath. Come back to your all fours. Let your sitting bones go back towards your heels. Inhale forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Take a deep inhale and walk towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly. Exhale, float down, forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, internal rotation of your thighs. Bring your left hand to your right ribs or right heart. Take a deep inhale and inflate your right arm, parachuted underneath your armpit. Soft flight with your right arm. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, take a deep inhale, inflate your right arm up. Exhale, switch, right arm, right hand on your left heart. Visualize the energy of the earth coming through the inseam of your legs. Deep inhale. Float your left arm up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly. Left arm only. Exhale, exhale, both hands. Floating heavy. Grazing the ground, sitting bones pulling back. Knees pulling forward. Knees are bent. Take a deep inhale. Let the energy of the earth come up to your upper body. Inflate your both arms. Exhale, place them on the ground, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, melt to the ground. Inhale, sitting bones back. Exhale, gather. Inhale, fly once. As you exhale, let your right heart go into its cave. Place your right hand on the ground. Right fingertips. Left arm dangles on top of your head. Visualize the rainbow on the left side of your body growing bigger. Exhale, elephant trunk through center. Left fingertips on the ground. Left heart goes into its cave. Right arm dangles like an elephant trunk on top of your head. Deep breath here. Exhale. Transition to the other side. Fingertips on the ground. Deep inhale. Elephant trunk, left arm. And exhale through center. Deep inhale, float. And exhale through center, come back to center. Gather in front of the heart. Inflate, fly. Exhale, hips back, hands on the ground. Inhale, roll forward, all fours. Exhale, sitting bones back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Bring your arms to the sides and close your eyes. Breathe here. Feel here. Behind closed eyes, what do you see? Textures, tones, light amongst the darkness, darkness amongst the light. Feel. Deep breath. Separate your feet a little bit more. Rotate your thighs internally. Heels out a little bit. Rather than just the heels going like this, it's a rotation of the inner thighs, an internal rotation of the thighs, and almost like it's coming from your hips. Sitting bones pull back, knees forward, low belly goes behind the heart. Shift your weight to the left side. Take a deep inhale, float your right leg up. Bend the standing leg. Find a little bit of a bounce and a spiral of your upper body towards your right leg, and place your right leg, right foot on top of your left thigh. Sitting bones pulling back even here. Gather at the heart. Take a deep inhale, fly here once. And as you exhale, bring your right hand right next to your right leg, hanging heavy. If you feel like you lost your balance, just like I did, inflate up and push with your right leg to the ground and your left leg up. So bend your left knee, right arm hanging heavy, left arm on top of your head like an elephant trunk. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. On your next inhale, come up with the elastics. And as you exhale, bring your right leg down. Shift your weight to the right side. Right knee pulling forward. Right sitting bone pulling back. Left leg goes up as you inhale. Spiral your body towards your floating leg. Bend your standing knee. Place your left foot on top of your thigh. Gather at the heart. Take a deep inhale, fly here. And as you exhale, bring your left arm next to your left leg on the inside. Take a deep inhale and float the right arm on top of your head. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis, and even here, find a very soft bounce, floating with the rivers. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. At this point, everything seems very trippy, and maybe the balance is not that great like it's happening to me, but what if you walk through that fire and come back? Deep breath. Take a deep inhale and come back with the elastics. And as you exhale, bring your left leg down to the ground. Close your eyes. Feel. Deep breath. And separate your feet again. Vortex chair. Sitting bones back, knees forward. Shift your weight to the right side. deep inhale, float your left leg up. As you exhale, bring it back to your lunge. Knee pulling forward, right knee pulling forward, left sitting bone pulling back. Bring your left hand behind your skull. Hug it, hug your elbow close to your face. Right arm, right hand pushing the tissues of your thigh forward. Begin to lean your head back, your left elbow towards the sky. Your left hand is resisting the movement of your head back. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. You can leave your hand on the tissues of your thigh or bring it to your right heart. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. Keep with the connection with the roots. Deep breath. Exhale, gather. Inhale, fly once. Now, as you exhale, lean forward. Bring both hands behind your skull. Hug your elbows close to your face. Right knee pulling forward, right sitting bone pulling back. Find the strength on both legs. Now take a deep inhale and begin to lean your head back. And against that movement, your hands are pushing forward, your fingertips. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Keep your elbows close to your face. And exhale, come back. Spiral your upper body towards your right leg. Inhale, inflate your left leg up. Exhale, bring it down to the ground. Inhale, inflate your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fly. Exhale, place your hands on the ground. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. And bring your knees to the ground. Sit on your heels. Close the eyes. Soften your face. Begin to open your mouth softly. Let your jaw hang and then open it as much as you can. Then find a big opening. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis and connect with the muscles of your face, stretching bigger. And even here behind closed eyes, look up gently. Soften your eyes again, but keep your mouth opened and go to its maximum expression. The corners that we never go to. Maybe explore, open it one side more than the other. And the other side. And begin to come back. Softening the muscles of your face. Placing your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And slowly bring your sitting bones back to the ground. Bring your legs in front of you. Stretch them out, but soften, soft legs. Place both fingertips, both hands, fingertips on the ground. Long spine growing towards the sky. Press with your hands to the ground. See what wants to grasp. Maybe your legs are trying to tension. Soften them. Sitting bones, walk them back a little bit more. Keep pushing with your hands, your fingertips down to the ground. Lift your armpits a little bit. Connect with your long spine growing bigger towards the sky. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. 1, 3. 1, 2. And 1. Bend your knees and begin to go into your rest pose. Lay down on the ground. Feel the earth. Bring your heels closer to your glutes. And find that internal rotation of your thighs even here. So option 1. We're gonna have 2 options here. We're gonna do a prep for Chakrasana. And option 2 will be going into full Chakrasana. So to prep, inner thighs come in. Heels closer to your glutes. Now find the connection with the ball of your feet and lift your heels up. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. And begin to lift your pelvis off the ground as your knees pull forward. So your knees pulling forward are the ones pushing your pelvis towards the sky. And bring your heels a little bit closer to your glutes here and keep the rotation, the internal rotation of your thighs. Keep pulling with your knees. And if you want to stay here, this will be like option 1A. Just pull with your knees forward towards the sky. No, it's going to be like a diagonal. If you want to go into option 1, place your right hand right next to your right ear. And it's a baby hand even there. So find the inner cave of your hand. Press with the pinky moon of your hand, the outer part of your hand. And begin to push your right elbow towards the back and your right knee further away from your right elbow. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Keep the internal rotation of both thighs. And slowly come back. And switch to the other side. Left hand right next to your left ear. Baby hand, even if it's counterintuitive, find that connection with the outer part of your hand. Deep breath and begin to pull your knee forward, your left knee forward, your left elbow back. Find the extension of your left side of your body. Imagine you can visualize the rainbow on the left side. The separation of your left armpit from your left hip. Deep breath. And exhale, come back. Lower down your hips to the ground. Walk your feet away from your glutes. Breathe here. Now you can stay doing that, or you can go into option 2, full Chakrasana. But instead of going as you usually go, try to use what we have learned in the past days and what you have probably practiced on your own. The internal rotation, the resistance of the sitting bones pulling back, and trying to connect with the integration of those ideas, those metaphors. The tensions pulling in opposite directions, so your sitting bone's pulling back, your pelvis wants to go up, but your sitting bone is resisting. Your knees pulling forward, so they're pulling away your thigh bones, making them longer. The elbows pulling back, the internal rotation. Find those things and don't rush into it. And instead of just going, using just one thing, flexibility, try to integrate the elasticity, the breath, the plasticity of your body. Use your breath to go into those corners you haven't visited in a long time, or maybe even ever. So find the internal rotation. Place your heels closer to your glutes and go into the ball of your feet. Keep the connection with the inner rotation even here. Place both hands next to your ears. Baby hands. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis even as you move your parts. Now begin to pull your knees forward, and as they pull forward, they lift your pelvis up. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. Make this movement slow and play around. Or continue going up with your chakrasana, but using your breath. How soft can you make this? Deep breath into the sides of the pelvis and begin to lift your upper body off the ground, sitting bones pulling back, protect your neck. Keep the internal rotation. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis here. Reaccommodate your feet if necessary. Reaccommodate your hands. And if this is all you want to do today, take one more deep inhale here. And exhale. Begin the comeback using the breath. And soften on the ground. Bring your legs up. Settle your spine. First with a live bug. Now let your legs float. Heavy. Your lower legs are soft. Internal rotation of your thighs. Press with your sacrum towards the ground. Press with the back of your the back of your skull to the ground. Keep breathing deeply to the sides of the pelvis. Separate the rest of your spine off the ground and just keep pressing. So the only part that is touching the ground now is the back of your skull and your sacrum. And you're lifting your spine, the rest of your spine, just an inch or two off the ground. Deep breath here and begin to move your knees away from your hips. Keep your legs soft. The only part of your spine touching the ground is your sacrum and the back of your skull. Deep breath. Keep moving your knees away from your hips. Soft arms. And then place your legs on the ground. Come back with your entire spine to the ground. And take a full breath here. Now bend your knees again. Rotate them internally. Your thighs, rotate them internally. And take a deep inhale and begin to pull your knees away from your hips again. And go into a soft bridge. Deep breath to the sides of the pelvis. Knees pulling forward. Pelvis lifts off the ground as your knees pull away. And exhale. Come back. Separate your feet a little bit more. And let your right leg fall to the right side. Place your right hand on top of your right thigh. Let your left leg follow. Deep breath here. Explore here if you want, placing your hand and your arm on top of your head, hanging like an elephant trunk on top of your head. Pulling your knee away from your hip, left knee away from your hip. Explore the pulsing or lingering. And when you feel like, go to the other side. Left leg falls to the left side, and right leg follows. Either explore here with your right hand on your ribs, or let your right arm hang heavy on top of your head like an elephant trunk. Explore the lingering of the expansion or the pulsing. And when you feel you're ready, come back to center. Stretch your legs out. Soften your feet so they fall to the sides. If there's anything else you want to do before going into your Shavasana, if there's any call from your inner octopus to move something else, accommodate something else, do that. If you're drifting deeper already, let your breath be the guide. So take a deep inhale. And a soft exhale. One more deep inhale and get lost. Let my voice fade away. Take a deep inhale. And a heavy exhale. And as you take your next deep inhale, begin to come back to this place. Keeping some of this energy. And exhale softly, let it wash you. And even as some of this energy stays with you, begin to bring some movement to your fingers, to your hands, opening and closing your fist, to your toes, to your feet, your ankles and your wrists, and lifting your arms off the ground, stretching in any direction you feel like doing. And as you exhale, bring your legs closer to your chest, rocking side to side until you fall to the right side. And come back slowly with your eyes closed. Back to your sit. Heavy on the sitting bones. Low belly lifting. Feeling this moment. Behind closed eyes, observing the darkness your right eye sees, the light your right eye sees, the darkness your left eye sees, the light your left eye sees. Take a deep inhale. And a soft exhale. And again, deep inhale. Soft exhale. Place one hand on the ground, either in front of you or on the side. And as you keep the connection with the inner fountain, let the vibrations of the earth run through your fingertips all the way into your body. Taking a deep inhale into the cave of your skull. And a heavy exhale. And when you're ready, let your eyelids caress the front of your eyes. And let the materialistic light come back in, opening your eyes. Thank you for sharing the past days with us. Thank you for accepting to walk next to us. Keep some of this energy and let it expand in your life. Remembering you're more than you think, more than you've been told. And especially reminding yourself that you're not alone. Even in the distance, we're there with you. We're here as humans to walk on this earth together. Thank you.